Hey, aloha everybody, Eric West here, hawaiirealestate.org. I just would rather lay here and just enjoy the hammock and the view and the first morning light. It's fairly idyllic, I will tell you. You guys know me, I just like to have fun, man. If you're not having fun in life, the way I look at it, you're doing something wrong. But here I am at the beautiful 390 Punakea Loop. Yes, sir! You're about to experience what I think is the absolute best ocean view in all of West Maui, maybe even all of Maui, maybe even all of Hawaii. It's cosmic. And you're about to experience Eric West on Kona Coffee first thing in the morning. So put your seatbelt on. It's going to be exciting. Okay, here we go. Normally there'd be like an intro right there, like, but it's live, man. It's YouTube live. It's uncut, unfiltered, in the raw, off the cuff. And wow, I just realized this palm tree doesn't have any palms on it. How weird. Check it out. We had some high winds, and apparently they were really high. So anyway, maybe not the best feature of this particular real estate offering, but hey, that's the beauty, I think, sometimes of YouTube Live and just showing things the way they are. And like, hey, we got some issues with the palm tree. It's all right. It'll grow back. Everything grows on Maui. So if you're new to my channel, I'm all about teaching you everything there is to know about Hawaii and its real estate and how to hang out, relax. Oh my gosh, no Hurley hat. We went with a little, what is that, rip curl? Yeah, a little rip curl this morning. And I'm going to show you this beautiful property. I'm going to get off of my butt. So that was very relaxing, I will tell you. It's been sitting here chilling out for a while. I'm going to show you this beautiful property. Don't forget to thumb up the video, share, shaka, subscribe. Yes, sir. And if you want more details on this house, please visit MauiOceanViewHome.com. I try to make them real easy to remember. Standalone website with all the video, the pictures, all the gory details. MauiOceanViewHome.com. This is a very good value, and what this offers that no other property that I know of can offer is the view from the top of Launiupoko. Here we go. Get ready. It is cosmic. Now you can see through this little gap right here, so it's almost 270. And don't worry, those power lines are to the south of the property, off the property itself. So that's one of the challenges in Launiupoko. Sometimes you have, these kind of power lines in the way, but not here. Completely out of the view corridor, except for maybe that little slight section right there. Ko'olave, pretty much the whole Ko'olave. And then you got some whale soup happening. And yes, we're going to spy on a couple whales maybe. But first off, let's just look at this 270. Now, whatever you're seeing right now in my iPhone, live on YouTube, it doesn't give it justice, not even close. It is as massive and majestic and cosmic as you can fathom. And it's hard to for a camera to even do it justice. But in my opinion, this is definitely one of the absolute most epic views you'll ever come across. Now, the other thing that makes this property very unique and special is it sits on, unlike all these other parcels you see down here in Launiupoko. I mean, they're all nice, don't get me wrong, but they're all small, right? Small being relative. They're all, half an acre, average probably 2.5 acres, small kind. This one, big kind. This is 43 acres. That's unheard of. I mean, that's literally unheard of. To own a land holding of that size and immensity on West Maui, unheard of. And this price point, I believe it's a fantastic value. You look at the average price of what land sells for here in Launiupoko, and you were to extrapolate that out on 43 acres, the asking price on this should be like $8 million, but it's not. It's only 4.2 at the time of this video. And let's show you the property. Go look around each of the living areas, and you'll get a sense for what's available here. And then we'll take a small kind hike up into the 43 acres. Okay. All right, wait a second. I'm getting distracted. I'm seeing some whales. My zoom has not been zooming as much. Oh, actually it is. It's working today. Oh, that's awesome. So one of the nice things about this property is that you can literally come up here and just have these most amazing whale soup interactions, and you can see every whale that's popping on the west side of Maui. You can see today we have absolutely no wind. It's just one of those beautiful picture perfect days, And one of the nice things about this property is it's extremely, extremely private. So you're sitting up here, it's the highest home in Launiupoko. You're looking down. You will be either the king or queen of Launiupoko should you live here. But it's almost like a fortress in the sense that it's like having a moat or a wall around you. Very difficult to get up to this property, very secure, very private. You don't hear anybody else. You could run around pretty much half naked all the time and nobody would ever know the difference. That's my test of privacy, by the way. Can you run around naked and nobody would see you? And if the answer is yes, that's a good thing. So I usually like to start at the front of the property, but this thing, you know, it is just this thing, this home. I don't know why I said the word thing, because I'm live on YouTube and there's too much pressure. I can't handle it. But let's start from the beginning, shall we? We have this beautiful portico right here. So this nice entrance portico. You drive up, if you have a Tesla, right? You got an X maybe, plug it in, we already have the Tesla charging. And you have this beautiful pool right next to the home. It's a very deep, deep pool. Great place to learn to scuba dive if you want to blow some bubbles. Got the vacuum cleaner going there. And you can see it's just got that perfect indoor, outdoor living with the accordion doors. So nice portico entry. And we'll just go ahead and walk right through the front door. Double front doors, which I don't have both of them open at the moment. Of course, take off the shoes, which is, you know, very traditional in Hawaii, which I didn't do when I walked through. My apologies. And the first thing you'll notice is you have this perfect indoor-outdoor living with the view coming into the living room area. Very nicely appointed kitchen, granite countertops, all the appropriate stainless steel appliances, whirlpool. The nice thing is you do have a gas cooktop there and oven. Stainless steel refrigerator. Some built-in over here with a television. And one of the nice things about this place is you have more outdoor space than you do indoor space. This is the main home, if you will. About 1,400 square feet and about 1,500 square feet here in the outdoor living area. So I lived in Launiupoko for about 3.5 years down on Avaiku, and we also had a beautiful large outdoor lanai, and we had it full of furniture, and we spent just as much time, maybe more, out on the lanai than we did inside of the home. So really you have, in my opinion, about 3,000 square feet of usable living space if you do count the outdoor, which of course is a very usable space here in Launiupoko because the weather is basically what you're seeing right now. Unending perfection pretty much every day. Have a nice outdoor shower here. That's currently locked. It's a very secure outdoor shower. There we go. It's always nice being able to take an outdoor shower. Indoor, outdoor, because it is obviously covered here within the lanai itself. But we'll head back into the main area. This would be where you would probably take most of your meals, right here from the outdoor dining table, which I think is a really cool, shabby chic. And then we'll head back into the main home. Oop. It does have a split AC system, as you can see. Can get a little bit warm here in the summer months, so it's nice having some air conditioning. Stackable washer and dryer, whirlpool. And then you also have a powder room here. And then coming into the master bedroom area. Again, one of my big questions is, does it pass the pillow test at any property? So here you would be laying in the bed, your head would be on the pillow, and this is about what my eye sees right now from that perspective. I'm not laying in the bed obviously because this home is currently rented to somebody and I wouldn't want to lay in somebody's bed. I would do it in a condo, don't get me wrong, because, you know, let's face it, people sleep in condo beds every day, but this is currently rented. So if you purchase this, you would have to honor the current lease on the property. It's a 6-month lease. It'll be over in just a few months, so not too bad. There's a nice shot of the main bedroom here. And then here is the master bath, which I love. Has this beautiful little clawfoot tub. And just very nice countertop there. This obviously leads directly out to where I was just at. So it has the bath in here, and then you've got your shower right next door. And a very nice large walk-in closet here as well. Now the main home continues, if you will, connected by roof line to the second bedroom. So if I were to go out this door right here, which is next to the master bed, or if I went out the slider and went that way, I would end up here at the second bedroom, connected by, as you can see, the roof line. So it's all one contiguous home. And then here's the second bedroom. With a 2-sink bath and a nice shaka, yes sir, and a single shower. It's not the dual shower, it's the single shower. Eric, good job. And you've got a little extra space right there that could be built out into some more closet. A nice large walk-in closet area right here. And the commode room. Okay, so that's basically the main house. It's about 1,492 square feet. It consists of 2 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. So from here, I'm going to run back real quick. Just give you a quick peruse of all this lanai space. Head back through the indoor-outdoor living area. Focusing again on that beautiful, unending 270-degree view. Obviously, we have Molokai to the north, excuse me. Centered, absolutely perfectly picture framed in the center is Lanai. And then to the south, 3-island view, Ko'olave. Okay, let's go look at the other structure. We have a 2-car detached garage, a studio, and a 1-bedroom. So if you, for example, were to purchase this as an investment property, it would cash flow about $10,000 or so, possibly more a month. So $10,000 is very conservative. Right now, only the main home is leased, but you could also lease out these 2 units here to help make your payment or help capitalize the main home. Or you could rent out the main home and live in this little studio. So here's a studio, has a nice sort of wood lanai that wraps around. And this is a 1-bedroom. Not a 1-bedroom, excuse me, this is a studio. Lisa did some nice staging in here. The tenant just moved out. Has a small little kitchenette area there with a condo-sized fridge, gas stove, some nice built-ins over here. Beautiful large walk-in closet area. You know, in some places on Maui, this is actually considered a bedroom. And then you've got a nice tiled floor bath, full bath right here in the studio. And some very nice views of the West Maui's from here. Please excuse the windows, they're still dirty, but the window cleaners are coming today. We're having the whole property power washed. We did get a lot of heavy rains. You can see some of where the rain came down and got a little bit of mud on the flat work, so we're having that all cleaned up today. We want to make sure our listing sparkles and shines. There's the 2-car garage. And then bookend on the south side of this property, you've got a nice 1-bedroom unit. Right next to Taco with the surfboards that are beckoning. But I want you to notice, we're not in the surf this morning. We're working hard, people. So be sure to share the video. But this is a very nice 1-bedroom. So this will rent for about $3,800 a month. It is currently on the market if you want to rent it. But it is a very, very nicely appointed 1-bedroom, very large. About 1,200 square feet. Stainless steel appliance on the refrigerator and the Whirlpool dishwasher. Again, a gas-fired stove and oven. Nice large living area, and we come back here to the 1-bedroom area. It does have a air conditioner there. You could put a window AC, but she chose to put in a floor AC for whatever reason. Nice, very large, high ceilings, I should say. Good sized closet there. Washer dryer, and a full bath, granite, travertine, tile. So very nicely done. Again, if you want to see all the gory details on this one, I have a website set up, MauiOceanViewHome.com. That's MauiOceanViewHome.com. Those windows are about to sparkle and shine. I can't wait. And then we're going to take a quick cruise, if you will, up the side of the mountain. I haven't quite gotten my cardio in today yet, so this will be the beginning maybe of my cardio. Hey, another thing I wanted to point out real quick is this property does have a 2-track trail that goes all the way up to the top of the mountain, and then it does have this nice, almost brand new Kawasaki mule. And this is one of those nice aspects of living in Launiupoko. So yeah, I talk a lot about living in Kandapali where I live, but here you have the golf cart lifestyle. But here you could do a golf cart, but what works actually a little bit better is a mule like that, a side by side, because what you can do is you can not only, here you can drive it around in your 43 acres, but you can also take that, throw your surfboards on it, and go down the hill to Launiupoko Beach Park. So very close to that beach park, and that's what a lot of people in Launiupoko do, is they've got the gas-powered mules and side-by-sides, because it's a little bit of a further distance, and it's a pretty steep hill, so sometimes the golf carts don't do as well. So that's a nice factor. Now you'll see here some of the 2-track roads that were built by the previous owner. Some of them have gotten a little bit washed out, so it would maybe take a little bit of work to get them completely passable again. You can see this is where some of the rains came down right here. Glad to see that palm tree still in good shape. But some of the improvements that were done to the property, I sold it to the current owner, and when she purchased it, believe it or not, I know it's hard to believe. Of course, I haven't told you yet, so you don't know if it's hard to believe or not, but it is hard to believe. When she bought this place, there was absolutely no electricity to the property. No. The gentleman that built this lived off of a generator since it was built in 2011. My client bought it, I think, in 2017. No power. So she bought it with no power. Also, it had no internet. So how marketable do you think a property is without any power and without any internet? And it had been on the waiting list for both of those services for years. So we took on the risk, if you will, of purchasing it without those services. Now, of course, we did manage to get those put in fairly quickly, so that was nice. But obviously right now we do have full power, full internet spectrum cable, and it did have water, thankfully, before we bought it. But I just want to give you a quick, I'm trying not to breathe too heavy. I am walking up a fairly steep incline here, as you can see, but I'm trying to show off that I am sort of in shape, maybe. I do a lot of Peloton and surfing, but let's just face it, this is still gravity here. But the nice thing about this parcel is that even though right now it's kind of steep, there are areas that are sort of level-ish and sort of dips and valleys as you get higher up onto the land. When I first viewed this property for my client, the first day I saw it, I was so excited because I was like, this is such a massive amount of land. I used to sell land, farms, and ranches with Cabela's back in Wyoming, Kansas, Nebraska, and Colorado. So I was like, the opportunity to purchase 43 acres on West Maui is like insane. And so I got so excited that the first day I looked at the property, it was pretty late in the day, I actually walked all the way to the top of the property in my slippers. For you mainlanders, those are your flip-flops, and made it all the way back down before the sun came down. But it was really cool. So I think I can still do it. I don't think I'll do it on this live, but I'm gonna head up a little ways and give you guys a good shot of what some of the land is like. And what you'll notice is as we go up, the views just get mo better, if that's possible. It is possible. It's always continuous improvement. That's the whole idea, right? Every day we get a little better, and every day we see improvement. So I believe it's always possible for things to get better. No matter what you're doing, it can always get better. And that's why I love the pigeon term, mo better. So now I'm really hopping up this thing fast. I'm really walking as fast as I can. But the nice thing about this property as well is the previous owner, sorry about the quick spin there, he built in some of these areas. You can see it's kind of been backhoed out. So what you could put right here if you wanted to, a yoga studio, you know, an outdoor platform, glamping, you can build farm structures, and you could build more of these platforms. And as you go up, I mean, could you imagine having a little glamping platform right there? And this is what you would wake up to in the morning, and you don't see or hear another soul. Down this little path is actually a little station for shooting. The previous owner had a gun range up here. We used to sight in his rifles, about 100-yard gun range. So this to me was a little more in style to the type of land holding that I was used to back in Colorado. I mean, 40 acres was actually kind of small. I mean, we need 500 acres backing up to BLM. So here, I started to feel a little bit like I was back in Colorado on a piece of property. We can actually do some stuff, have some room to move, have a four-wheeler, have some horses, sheep, goats, chickens, and have sort of that country lifestyle, and also some independence from your neighbors. This is obviously a good vantage point for a defense position for all you strategic guys that know what I'm talking about, right? You can see the enemy coming. Just kidding. But I know you get it. You know, it's how your property is situated someday might make a difference. We don't know how or in what way, but I like a high vantage point. I always have. Grew up a bow hunter. Tree stands as high up as you can go is better than being on the ground. So here you can see a little area where the sheep are kept. So it is an ag property, and you got to keep some goats and sheep. Obviously right now they're all running around on the range. What's that right there? That's a water tank. So the way the water situation here works, pretty unique. So you have some water storage, which is nice, right? If for some reason the water gets cut off, you got water storage right there. But the way that it works is the water tap is all the way down at the street. I'm going to show you the street right here. The ag and non-potable water, the potable and the non-potable is down there at the street. Where's the street at? Hang on. Right there. You see the street? So what they do is there's a series of 3 pumps that pump it from the street and then goes into this tank, and the tank gravity feeds it down to the house. Now the reason the owner designed it that way, I thought it made a lot of sense, was instead of having a on-demand pump at the street that turns on every time you demand water, that wears a pump out, uses a lot of electricity, and also is not very efficient, and it's very risky. If that water runs out, then you have no water. So his preference was to put in a series of small pumps that could be easily replaced at Home Depot or Lowe's in case they go out. The other big pump would be hard. If it went out, you'd have to wait months or weeks or whatever, and this was before even COVID. He wanted pumps that could be easily replaced, and so basically it pumps it up to here, and then you have this water storage, and the gravity feed pressure is what keeps everything working, and it works great. It's a wonderful system. You could put in more of these tanks, you could put in bigger tanks, but I like it from a prepper standpoint. If you ran out of water, you have some water on hand in case of an emergency. Okay, I see the window cleaning guys are just getting here. I just saw him come up the hill, so I'll have to go down and say hi to him here in a moment. But I wanted to show you this perspective here in terms of where the boundary is. If I zoom up right there, you can kind of see, I don't know, the glare is kind of off right now, but there's a fence line up there where the state land begins and this property ends. But it's basically halfway between that point right there and and the bottom of the horizon, of this lower horizon. It's kind of hard to see from this angle actually, but let's just suffice it to say it goes way up there. So if I was to start hiking up there, it'd probably take me a good half hour of solid pumping the legs up the side of this hill to get to that boundary. So it's a lot of room to move, a lot of room to have fun. And the four-wheeler, we used to take it, Hunter and I, when she first bought the property, there's a 2-track kind of ish road, a four-wheeler track that you can take, and it winds around all the way to the top. And then from there, you can hike onto the state land if you want to. There's little openings in the gate, in the fence, I should say. But I believe they have that fence to keep the deer out, or I don't know why they have that fence there, but it's a fairly substantial fence actually. So, all right, I caught my breath now. I'm back in business. But anyway, in the comment section, let me know what you guys think of this property. Is it cool? Would you buy it? Do you have $4 million burning a hole in your pocket? Because I can tell you one thing, you're not going to find 43 acres on this side of West Maui with, 3,200 square foot of space, finished, ready to rock and roll. For that amount of money, I just don't think it's possible. I don't think I just don't think it's available. There's only a few large lots like this on the entire west side of Maui. A couple other ideas, and she was approached, the current seller was approached by a number of these companies to put a solar field up here, and I think you can make a lot of money with a solar field. It's got the perfect angle, so that's another idea for the property. But really the opportunities are vast and endless. It just needs a little bit of your imagination what to do with this property, but there's lots of options. And again, I think the number one highest and best use of this property is a place for you to get your nightly Maui fix and whale watching soup vision away from the riffraff of the world. And then you'll have lots of time to contemplate what you want to do with the land. So as far as unique, private, secure, that's not even funny. Could you imagine I take a big old digger right here on YouTube Live? Okay, Eric, focus. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. I could just walk around and talk forever, but you'd probably get kind of bored, would be my guess. But it's always a pleasure to bring you something cool and unique here, especially first thing in the morning. This is sort of your Maui morning fix, your Maui sunrise fix. And the weather out here, by the way, lately has been absolutely exquisite. The months of sort of November, December, January, February, in my opinion, it just doesn't get better. I mean, it really doesn't. It's just absolutely a beautiful time to be on the island. Contrast that to on the mainland, it could possibly be the worst time to be on the mainland. So a good strategy, just throwing it out there for you in your future, would be, they're all looking at the view, check it out. All the window cleaner guys taking pictures, postcards. Oh yes, you have a good view when the first thing people do when they get to your house is they like beeline to the view and just start taking pictures. It's like, that's the sign. If they're not doing that, your view's not great. But back to my original thought process there, hang on, was why not come to Maui, like, Halloween beginning, October, November, December, January, February, March, and then go back to the mainland when it deserves your attention, which is when the weather is actually, humanely bearable and supports, Homo sapien life. But in those months where it's basically death on a stick, man, the messages are just popping in today. Of course, it is morning and it is a work day. But just as a thought, just come here, try it out for 6 months out of the year, and I guarantee what's going to happen is this. Are you ready? You ain't going to leave, man. It ain't going to happen. It's going to be time to go back. You might do it once, and then you'll see, no, this is not an option anymore. And you'll be here full time. You'll be addicted. You'll be mainlining Maui 24/7, 365, guaranteed. All right, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. I got to get down to those window cleaner guys, get them started. But please share the video, please subscribe, and please check out MauiOceanViewHome.com when you get a chance. And as always, much aloha to you and your ohana from Eric, from my heart to yours. Till next time, Eric West out. Back to work, Eric. Work. It's a work day.